For the last 4 months, and to be honest, most of our lives, we've travelled almost everywhere on our own. We've driven our own van, booked our own transport, and built our own itineraries. But China is going to be different. For the first time on this journey, we've joined an organised group tour. Over the next 8 days, we'll travel from Shanghai to Beijing, visit some of the country's most famous historic sites, and find out whether giving up our independence is actually worth it.
Welcome to China. We're in Shanghai.
Yep, we are here on a group tour, our first ever group tour for the next 8 days. So we're taking you around China with us being entirely respectful of the rest of our group. So our first stop here is this historic village. I'll put the name of the village below, in the town of Wuxi. I'd never heard of the city, I'd never heard of this place, and it's kind of lovely. We actually met the rest of our group the night before over dinner. There are 14 other people, so 16 in total, and I admit I was a little bit nervous here on day one. We've never done a big group tour before, as I said, so we weren't quite sure what to expect. But after months of organising absolutely everything, every bus, train and hotel ourselves, it was strangely relaxing simply to be told which train to catch and where to go. This is Jack, he's our tour guide with Intrepid, and with Intrepid you have the same guide for the duration of your tour, so you don't get different guides in different locations, which I think is great. This town comes from the 420s BCE, so it is ancient, and one of the things that's great about having a knowledgeable guide is you learn so much that you would just simply not pick up on your own. An absolute win for a group tour. After that day trip with the group, we had the evening to ourselves. So we thought we'd come down to the Bund, or the Band, or however you say it, the Bund, to see the skyline, and we've tried. That's it. Hang on. It's still kind of cool to be here on the other side of the river that we've just walked down, which I'll just put here. It looks like not just Europe, but it looks like London. And I don't know if that's because the sky is grey and it's a bit dreary. And we used to live in London, we love London, but you know, there's a vibe to that city. And then over here is like modern China, and we should be able to see the tower and a few other key architectural things.
Yeah, the amazing skyline that Shanghai is, and it's covered in fog or low cloud, and it's supposed to be summer. yeah. The thing that's funny is we're going to Xi'an tomorrow and it's supposed to be 36 degrees, so if you're coming to China in June, be prepared. Be prepared. Having said that, it's kind of cool here. There's a lot of people out and about. There's photos being taken. We've seen some brides and grooms having their photos taken. Everyone's out with their umbrellas or their coats. It's still lovely. No regrets.
No, but it was definitely we didn't expect anything other than what we've got, but it's still fun. We just went to a underground food court for dinner.
It had a nice wide range of foods that were available, and moseyed around for a little bit, and I guess found what we liked and bought some.
And so after that we thought we'd better walk off dinner, and thankfully the rain's abated a bit, so we are in Nanjing Shopping Street, I think it's called, or Nanjing Pedestrian Street. You could be anywhere in a big city. You could be in Shanghai, in Kuala Lumpur, in Delhi, in Paris. You know, it's big city brands, international brands, but still kind of cool, and it's nice to see people out and about on a Sunday night. So we guess this is not that busy. One of the things that attracted us to this specific tour was the fact we could see so much in just 8 days, and that is because we travelled a lot by high-speed train. This meant some of our 8 days were long travel days, sitting on the high-speed trains for up to 5-6 hours, and then the ongoing travel of actually getting to our hotels after that. We like travelling by train, and again, it was nice not to have to organise all this. The first thing we did when we arrived in Xi'an was a food tour of the old Muslim Cotta.
This is the pillars, this is the grapes, this is the red beans, this is the roses, this I forgot it.
one of the things that Darryl and I both really enjoyed about this trip is while we did have organised group activities, we also had time to do things by ourselves. So this is us moseying through the old flea market Cotta, and while it wasn't Darryl's cup of tea, it was nice that we did stumble across little cute things as well as other members of our tour who were doing their own thing as well. It was really good. That theme of doing your own thing also kicked in the next morning. A group of people went off to go and see some pandas at a zoo, and a few of us just didn't want to do that. So Darryl, Lauren, Jessica and I decided that we were going to walk the perimeter walls of the old town of Xi'an, and that made sense until we realised it was really bloody hot. And we were up here in the absolute heat for hours. Having said this, this is one of the things that we really enjoyed about this trip, was we got to spend time with other people, which when you're traveling as a couple with just 2 people is a win in itself. But the people in our group were fantastic. Jessica and Lauren were great company. They enjoyed the walk as much as we did, and then we were able to go back toward our hotel, get refreshed, and then join the group again to do the afternoon's activities, which was one of the reasons we picked this tour in particular. We're in the second pit of the Terracotta Warriors. It is so busy here. Our tour guide's busy explaining to us things as we go, and then it's kind of a jostle and a bustle to get to the front to try and see something or take a video or take a photo or something, but they are so cool, they are so detailed, and everything that we'd hope for.
Pretty cool. We've got 4 horses over here and 3 here. Obviously the one in the middle is in the stance of being the rider of the chariot of one of the horses. Not too sure about the other ones, but being this kind of close to one is pretty cool.
In true Peterson style, it is time for an ice cream. This is 20 yuan, so not cheap, but it's a terracotta shape, as Darryl can attest. So it's so hot, we're going to enjoy our ice creams before we leave this wonderful place. When we booked this tour, we knew that despite the fact we're coming back to China and driving through in our campervan in a couple of months' time, and you will want to see that video, we knew that we would be really hard pushed to get up towards Shanghai, Beijing, and this part of the Great Wall of China. So that's the reason we opted in for this tour. What we didn't expect was the friendships and the camaraderie with the other group members. So our afternoon up here on the Great Wall, instead of just hanging out with each other, Darryl and I hung out with others, we separated, we did our own thing, and as a result made different memories, which means we've got points of comparison, which is really rich when you're a couple travelling together. So we're on the Great Wall, and it is everything its name suggests. This is majestic, it's awe-inspiring, it's just stunning. I love it up here. I feel like this reward is bigger than the effort. It's day 2. We're up here on the wall again, so we're here for the morning, and we're going in a different direction than we went last night. It's a bit hazier, it's not as sunny, but it's still lovely. I'm a little out of breath, I just came up some very steep steps, but let me show you the view. We're up the the top of one of the towers. And look at these little dogs on the kind of edges of the roof. They're so adorable.
This is an amazing experience, but you got to work for it. Doesn't help, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment too, so, but it's great, you know, yay, doing it, brilliant.
Just for context, down there, that's the village we stayed in, so we're like 2 or 3 minutes walk to the entrance to the park, and then it's a walk up to the Great Wall, hence the on mine and Darryl's part. I think you need to be moderately fit to do this. There is a cable car, I don't know if you can see, if I can show you. There is a cable car that goes from that building there down into the town and where we were staying, so that would probably help if you didn't want to do the whole thing, the whole climb up. But yesterday we were along this section over there. So this bit here is an original part, unrestored part of the wall, and when I show it to you, you'll see the difference between the original and the restored. Check this out, the original, and then look over there, look at that bit over there, restored. So the original is very hard to walk on. We have come over to the site of the 2008 Summer Olympics that were held here in Beijing, and so we're at Olympic Park. Let me show you around. Again, there was plenty of downtime to be able to do your own thing. So we came over to the Olympic Park with Caitlin and Chris, with whom Darryl bonded over a shared love of sports, and explored the village together. We're looking for all the New Zealanders.
Mahi Drysdale.
So cool. The next morning was all about Tiananmen Square in the Forbidden City.
And totally from the south to north, totally the 7.8 kilometers long. In the Forbidden City, located in the center, around the total distance around the 1/3 of the whole 7.8 kilometers.
Even though we often do walking tours, we pick up this information from our tour guides as we're going around. Having that one tour guide with us meant that the stories have been building over a couple of days. We learned a lot more about China than we would from probably just a one-off tour or from using the Lonely Planet as our guide.
Well, here we are, we're in Tiananmen Square. Just over there is the Forbidden Palace, Forbidden City. It's the national flag as well. Seems like it's quite well guarded. But yeah, this is a pretty huge space. We've got the Parliament behind us as well. And yeah, very interesting to be here.
So I think for me, being here is really cool. I remember watching the square on TV when I was a child in the 80s and just being mesmerised by the scale and kind of just differentness, I guess, of China compared to growing up in a small city in New Zealand. And so if that hit me when I was 8 or 9 years old in the late 1980s, being here is something else. There's so many people. I think the square can hold 1 million people. Our country has 5 million people, so the fact that they can fit 1 million here is just crazy. Inside the Forbidden Palace, it is huge, and we would have skipped some knowledge like what they use these cauldrons for, some of the details of the different buildings, who used which building, etc., who could use which walkway. And again, Jack guided us through. It was a lot like herding cats. This is one of the disadvantages in being in a group of 16, is making sure that 16 people can weave through a complex like this and stay together as a group. When we are travelling by ourselves, Darryl and I are probably more efficient, but I do think that it's not necessarily a downside of having a group, it's just the reality of having a group. So I've got to the point I've got to eat something, and so this is my second ice cream here at the Forbidden Palace. As we were on our last night here in Beijing, 8 days has gone so quickly, we ended up going out for a family dinner, and it was Peking duck as the main element. In addition to it being an end of tour dinner, it was also a chance to celebrate a very important birthday. Yep, one of our team members turned 70, and we were able to celebrate that as a family.
We were very lucky. The people that we were with in this tour were amazing, and cannot speak more highly of them. They were great. We all interacted awesomely, and I miss the people that we'd met. They were great.
In our next video, we're going to show you what we do with 24 hours in Hong Kong before we join our second group tour, this time Vietnam.